So the glottis or the voice cords could be the mouthpiece, and the body of the trumpet with its valves is the vocal tract itself. So changing the position of the tongue or and other aspects of articulation creates different sounds and is comparable to pressing the different buttons of a trumpet. All right, so depending on how you position your tongues and other articulators, you produce different sounds. That is, the same source frequency can lead to a bunch of different complex sine wave patterns, depending on how you position your mouth, your jaw, and other articulatory factors. And all right, and you can see that for each different sounds, there are different frequency peaks, different places where different frequencies that sound the loudest. Wait, I am waiting for the airplane to kind of pass by. All right. And usually we are interested in keeping an eye on the first three highest frequencies. So, and we refer to them as formants. So here we look at, so this is the first formant, the second formant, and the third formant, and 1, 2, 3. So all the different vowels have three formants, and we look for them. Okay. So what distinguishes one vowel from another is how its individual formants are distributed. Depending on the shape of the head, different frequencies will resonate in the vocal tract. Um, the best way to imagine this is when you blow into a bottle, and when you kind of blow it in the right way, you create this sound, and that sound has a certain frequency, or it has the most powerful resonance. And the same thing, a similar thing is going on with the vocal tract. You blow air into it, and depending on the shape of the vocal tract, it will resonate a different frequency pattern, and that will lead to a different sound. So the formants, so the peaks, the frequency with the highest amplitude are where the vocal tract filter lets the most energy through, and one way of understanding that is that that the formants are the frequencies where the vocal tract likes likes the most. Um, and the location or frequency of the formant peaks will tell us what vowel we hear. And like I said before, we basically need the first three formants. So, for example, for the sound of the schwa, the sound, we have the three highest sine waves on these frequencies. And when we change the shape of the mouth to make an ooh sound, the highest three peaks are distributed in a very different frequencies. And the same thing for E, and the same thing for Ah. And it is the distribution of these three formants or these three peaks that makes us hear different vowel sounds. And this is just a cross section of the human voice tract to give you an idea of what's going on. The V primes here show the place where of the high with the highest air velocity, and the F stands for the different formants. So there are different. So these are the sine waves with the highest amplitude, the sine waves that resonate the most. So F1, F2, F2, and F3, and the combination of these frequencies leads to the sound that you hear. This principle is um, very similar to the principle of of making sound with any stringed instrument. So when you pluck a guitar or you play a violin, if you look at the string itself, you will see it vibrating, and you'll see that it vibrates. When it vibrates, it creates these like wave patterns, and it's those wave patterns that account for the specific sound or tone that you hear. All right. I said earlier before that the periodic and sine wave nature of the human sound has practical implications, such as in speech synthesis. So let me give you some examples of how um, private corporations and researchers have used these acoustic properties of human sound to synthesize human voices. I hope you can hear this.
I am perfect Paul, the standard male voice.
I am beautiful Betty, the standard female voice. Some people think I sound a bit like a man.
I am huge Harry, a very large person with a deep voice. I can serve as an authority figure.
My name is Kit the Kid, and I am about 10 years old. Do I sound like a boy or a girl?
I am Whispering Wendy, and have a very breathy voice quality. Can you understand me even though I am whispering?
All right. Um, the example that you just heard is not the best example of speech synthesis out there. I recently saw a DVD documentary that was completely narrated by a synthesized voice, and it took me a while to figure out that this was actually not a real human voice. I mean, the technology has advanced to an incredible, amazingly, into an amazing level. And there are a lot of TV commercials, radio commercials, especially when you listen to this when you hear a commercial with disclaimers. So when you hear really fast speech that says that, well, according to the law, you have to be this age, a resident of the United States, to blah 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 blah. Many of those disclaimers are actually synthesized voices and not real human people. So the acoustic properties of the human voice, you can do many 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 different things, and speech recognition is a huge field in business and in academia too, and people make careers out of improving human speech recognition. So for Ford vehicles, for example, have the intelligent dashboards where you say something and it does whatever you tell it to do. That's all about speech recognition. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and tomorrow I will talk a little bit about the International Phonetic Alphabet. Thank you.